Chad Elliott.
What branch?
Are we doing this right now? Is it started?
Okay.
Okay.
This is it.
United States Marine Corps.
My name is Mike Abrium.
Todd Orr.
My name is Travis Wilkins.
Justin Middleton.
How do you think people should honor veterans on Veterans Day?
That's a good question.
I think I'd be happy if people just even took a moment to think about how many people have sacrificed to keep the nation free. Just even a moment of remembrance, I think, would make me really happy.
Just be thankful of what you have. And I think that's what anybody would want, just to be thankful of the things that we have in the country and kind of some of the price that the veterans have paid for it.
I think a good way to honor veterans on Veterans Day is just to take a little time out and listen to a veteran tell their story.
And I guess just remembering that there are men and women out there that have lost their very best friends to combat and serve in their country.
After enlisting, how did the military change your home life?
Well, I'll tell you what. I was a knucklehead growing up. I really didn't have a lot of direction.
My wife says the first time that she saw me again after I started military training that I was a completely different person and not who she thought she married. And so we kind of had to navigate a new relationship and a marriage and military life at the same time.
What is your reaction when somebody thanks you for your service?
Honestly, I'm really uncomfortable.
It changes over time, the way that I respond.
There's so many more people that did so much more than I did.
And it's really hard for me to accept because it's just never been, it's not the reason you do it. You don't do it for the accolades, you don't do it for the parades, you don't do it for anything else. You do it for something else, something deeper, something internal. So I'm always thankful and I'm really humbled when people do it, but it's really sometimes hard to accept the thanks. And I think that can go across the board for a lot of veterans and people in different services.
I still kind of don't like to accept it for the reason being that I personally feel like I didn't do anything special. I didn't do anything above and beyond. I just did what so many in the past have done before, and unfortunately what your generation is going to be doing here soon.
I thank them for their support. I wholeheartedly appreciate people who support veterans and support the military. So I usually just thank them for their support. It's good that they recognize that.
I guess I would leave it to this one last thing, and that is just because someone looks normal, that's a veteran, that's served in a theater of war somewhere, doesn't mean that they are. PTSD or depression or anxiety or anger that comes from losing friends and loved ones stays with you forever. Just trying to fit back into society is hard. As someone like me, coming from being a reconnaissance Marine to when I was on bases and people saw my badges, jump wings and things, and they knew that I was Special Forces, Marine Corps Special Forces, right? Force Reconnaissance. It was kind of like part in the Red Seas. They knew that we were set apart in an essence, but to come home and to feel like you're nothing, and the sacrifices that my Marines made or that I made in my life are not easy to deal with when you're alone. And a lot of people that don't understand what it's like to be in the military, the Marine Corps specifically, won't understand that there's that constant fog of war in your head, that constant that goes on when you're around big crowds and flashing lights, and people don't understand that actually really truly does something to somebody's brain. It really does something to their heart. And I guess the message I would like to leave for anybody that wants to know how to honor a veteran is just to be thankful. Just to be thankful for what every man and woman ever wearing that uniform has ever done. Whether they were a candlestick maker, a baker, delivery mail, Force Recon, Navy SEAL, infantry, admin, logistics, grunt. Somebody says they swear to defend the Constitution, and they're a breed apart in a sense, right? Because they're leaving their families, they're leaving their loved ones, they're leaving everybody so that they can protect you, protect us. So I think that to honor a veteran, just shake their hand and say thank you. Just shake their hand and say thank you.